we'll move on to new home. And that segment is going to be discussed by Randy Agron. Randy?
Good morning. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to you this morning about new homes. I always enjoy speaking about new homes, as most of you know. I was here about a year and a half ago now. I got invited, and so I went ahead and looked back on my notes, and it was a little bit interesting. Some of the points that I was trying to make then was how we were really looking at probably the most affordable time in our history for new homes. We had low interest rates, we had low prices, the economy was starting to come back, that confidence was starting to come back. Now, we're starting to see some changes. I think new homes are still affordable, but that's changing. I think we've already seen the change, and I think that's going to continue. I think we all know we've seen an interesting little spike in interest rates. Where that's going to go is hard to determine, and how it's going to affect new homes. I think there's people on different sides. Me personally, I think the rates are going to stay in this 5-6 area and are going to have some impact on new homes, but probably not significant. These are still extremely low rates, and prices are still relatively affordable for now. One of the other points I made was, I really felt like we were at the bottom. Hard to say exactly where, but clearly a year and a half ago, I think we were beyond the bottom. I think the bottom was sometime probably in 2011 for us, early 2011. And I think for new home builders and new homes, I think it's going to continue to improve, but there's a lot of challenges out there for us. That we'll see. We're on pace right now this year to do about 2,400 permits, which is significantly up from the bottom of somewhere around 1,500, I believe, but clearly significantly less than the historical average of probably 4,000 to 5,000 permits of what you would think in a normal market would absorb, and obviously way down from our peaks of 11,000 and 12,000. So 2,400, and I think one of the slides talked about anemic new home building growth in retail. So, relative to those numbers, it's still pretty anemic. So, there is some upside still for new homes. One interesting trend I just noted was the July sales for new homes. The report from Saba showed an interesting decrease in sales in July compared to the rest of the year. Not sure if 1 month is really a trend, but we did see a decrease in sales. And other than Richmond American, that had a very good month in sales, it was probably down even more. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few months, whether these interest rates really are having an impact, or maybe it's just starts, the summer. Everyone's out of town. Anyone who can be. So it'll be interesting to see how we go into the fall, and especially the winter selling season for us, to see what happens there. There's also a lot of factors that I think are going to, like I said, the challenges for new home builders. The biggest that I see really are the higher interest rates, although I've got relative confidence those are not going to impact us too much. More so than that, I think it's going to be the continued pressure to increase our prices because our costs are increasing. A couple things are happening. Our land cost and land development costs are increasing now. I think as Trey showed you, there's a lot of activities. A lot of us are really chasing land deals, and when you have that competition, the prices are going up. I was looking at a letter of intent that I sent off this week on a piece of property, same one that I sent off about a year ago, and my offer was about 40% higher. So it's somewhat interesting to see that. And our costs are going up. There's a new code that's coming into effect at the end of this year. It's requiring us to re-engineer, re-architect all of our plans, work with some of our subs to try to meet these increasing energy efficiency standards that are really driving up cost. And it's hard to say whether those increased costs, whether the home buyer out there is going to perceive enough benefit that we're going to be able to push those prices onto them. So I think these higher sales prices that we're going to have to get will likely keep the number of homes that will be built, nothing crazy like we had before, because only so many people can afford these new homes. I'm almost out of time, or I am. But on a positive note, I really do think that with Tucson, I think new homes will continue to go up, probably at a reasonable 3 to 6% rate. Interest rates are still low. Tucson, I think we'll all agree, most of us, is a great place to live. It really is. It's a great place to live, especially if you have a job or if you're retired. All right. Thank you.